For every major holiday, there's always a preparation time. We have, let's take Shavuos. Shavuos is the easy one. We have the preparation time for it is clearly the 4 days of Sefirah. You take, and the actions we have to do during that preparation time. Before Yom Kippur, is Asher Shemei Tshuva. Sukkot, the preparation for Sukkot, is the whole period of Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur lead up to Sukkot. Where is that preparation time in the holiday of Pesach? Where are we doing? You could say, one way of looking at it, the cleaning of the house, the baking of the matzah. Maybe that's the preparation time. But it doesn't seem to have that much to do with the holiday itself. So I believe that the preparation time is twofold. One of them is this idea of Shabbos HaGadol, and the other one is the tinus of Bechor, that we have the Erev Pesach, that all the firstborns are accustomed to fast, and in order not to have to spend the day afflicting yourself with not eating, so our custom has become to have a siyum, and this year Avi Chansky will be doing it, and through the watching the siyum through the Zoom and the joy that our whole community has, we will be able to eat on Erev Pesach, even if we're a firstborn. But these two ideas, the fact that there's such a thing as a Shabbos HaGadol, which is an introduction to Pesach, and the fact that we have the story of the tinus of Bechor, is those are the two ideas that bring us into entering into the holiday of Pesach. I'd like to analyze and spend a little time to realize the two messages that come from the Shabbos HaGadol and the fasting of the firstborn. The Meshech Chochmah, in trying to explain the language of Shabbos HaGadol, understands and appreciates that the message for the Jewish people for Pesach is that we have to have the faith and the bitachon that Hashem will be there for us. Anytime you celebrate a Shabbos and you leave work on Friday afternoon and you don't go back to doing work till after Shabbos, you're stating clearly that you have faith and trust in the Creator, that you will be able to earn enough money that you'll be able to support your family with working only 6 days. Yes, the rest of the world has the option of working 7 days, but you will have that faith, faith and trust. Anytime we celebrate Shabbos, we acknowledge and understand that with our relationship with our Creator, we will be able to go beyond the 6 days of 6 weekdays, and we'll be able to celebrate the day of Shabbos with equal amount of success as we did during the 6 days that we work. That's a level of faith. The Meshech Chochmah says that in Egypt, the introduction was that these slaves, who have been slaves now for 287 years for sure, took it upon themselves on Shabbos. They listened to what Moshe told them. On that Shabbos, they went and took the sheep, which were the idols of the Egyptian people, and took them and tied them to their beds and told the Egyptians that in 4 days they're going to slaughter them. That sense of trust and faith in Hashem, which they then expanded and went into the desert to follow Hashem, is the establishment of the idea of Shabbos. It's very fascinating. If you look in the Torah, there's no place that says specifically that the Jews were told to keep Shabbos. We know that while they were in Egypt, they kept Shabbos. We know that the laws of Shabbos were given to them at the time of Marah. But when exactly the Jews took upon themselves the way to act Shabbos, it's unclear. The reason why we say Shabbos HaGadol is that this is the great Shabbos that started the Jewish people on the path of having their relationship with Hashem. Oisi beini ubeichem. This was the first Shabbos when we showed that level of trust and confidence that we can do Hashem's will in the face of the rest of the world laughing, or worse than that, willing to destroy us. That's the idea of Shabbos HaGadol, to be able to have that trust in Hashem. As we're going to enter now Pesach, and the idea being that we accept upon ourselves that we are going to serve Hashem and be able to do all His mitzvahs in our Sinai, the first thing we have to do is understand that He's there to take care of us and we can trust in Him. The second idea, the Tanis Bechor, the Bechor knew that that night, Hashem is going to pass through Egypt, He Himself, not a Malach, and is going to punish the Egyptians. But all the Jewish firstborns knew, but they haven't been so good. Why aren't they getting punished? The morning of, they started thinking about it. And they all decided on their own to accept upon themselves, according to Masechet Sotah, to fast that day, to try to change themselves, to take that responsibility to see what's happening around them, and to protect themselves from what's going to happen this night. Because they understood their flaws. This year, we're being challenged to do both these things. Number one, to have trust in Hashem, not to let the fear-mongering and all the negative reports and negative aspects which the press is scaring us with, to change our attitude, to take away our positiveness, to take away our faith, to take away our sense of perspective, that this Hashem will also deal with. But at the same time, to remember that we have to earn, we have to work at being deserving of being saved. And we have to think closely that maybe now we have to be different. Maybe now we have to accept. Maybe now we have to spend more time with our children and our families. Maybe now we have to try to understand deeper. The custom is on Shabbos HaGadol that everybody reads Haggadah. There's so many Haggadahs today, it's Haggadahs with stories and everything. I recommend strongly that everybody on this Shabbos take a little time, prepare, think about all the different themes that are going to be dealt with over Pesach, and spend Shabbos when you're not using your iPads, you're not looking at the newspapers, you're not listening to news, and focus on how we can achieve a closer and more trusting relationship with our Creator. Thank you.